She gets hit and plays dead. Smart move. Was she trying to escape?
Τι παίζει να το μαχαίρωσε, απλά να μην έχουμε ανακαλύψει το μαχαίρι ακόμα. Γι' αυτό μου φαίνεται. Πάει μετά, να το.
Ritual toy. Sharp. Senator must have held it. Drake's blood. And maybe yours too.
Oh. Don't worry. I'm fine.
She was always ready to fight. That's why people believed in her.
Ναι, δώσε ποιον όρμηξε. Άρα ναι, το είχε μαζί της. Γαρφώνει το λαιμό, πυροβολάνε, παίζει νεκρή. Το είπα για bugs, θα μπεδώσω τον τύπο. Τι έχουμε εδώ.
Drake had type O negative blood. This is a different type. She surprised you? Tom bled and burned skin. They had to struggle, but he had the upper hand. A 9mm beats a piece of steel.
Να, που την πυροβόλησαν από κοντά τελικά.
She crawled away. Didn't you notice? Something else get your attention? She almost gets you.
I guess you're on her side.
I can tell you that if she got you, she'd have my vote. Broken ribs. You crushed her when you fell on her, and she still didn't give up.
You underestimate me.
At least I understand the low position you shot Blagojevich from. And remember, Kata's shot in this direction. Good to know that not everything goes your way.
It's going great. Trust me.
So you scurried away like a cockroach. Blindly at Cadus. A bullet from a revolver. Probably Cadus's. I wonder how that got here. They almost got you. You had to find a way. And you did. Real fancy. Fuck.
Don't underestimate me.
I wouldn't dare. How long have you been planning to kill that chandelier? Lucky. But respect where it's due. Also a really good shot. You made it. But I'd like to see your face after that. Your real face. Covered in blood and drool, twisted in fear.
Think it was any different than yours when you came in here?
You're always watching me, aren't you? Monitoring? You watching me with cameras? The holograms. Somehow they were recorded. These holograms must be stored somewhere. There must be some tapes here. Where?
Γιατί κάτσαμε.
What does she have to do with all this? Did you leave the shrine with the weapons? Very subtle. Check to see if any victims were killed with this gun. .9mm, 5 bullets, half-empty clip. Did the killer shoot it? Or did they shoot at him? Beginning. Edward Green. What did you have on him?
Look around. Do you really think anyone would need more than what you see?
A recording console. I wonder what it turns on.
Holograms.
Zilch.
Τι μπορεί να σημαίνει αυτό?
She wins the Best Actress award year after year. This is getting boring already.
They want you to believe that she's brilliant. They say it's not even Coriaci anymore.
Then who is it? We met in other shells. She played a baseball player, and the director arranged for her to shadow me. Suddenly, Rachel started showing up more often at practice matches. Pretty much everyone here knows each other. Interesting. It's unfinished? Injuries all over her back. She flew backward through the window by some great force. Who are you? I'll get back to you later. Let's start with Billy. It'll be easier to explain how she got here.
Άρα αυτό το παράθυρο έσπασε από τα σούτια, αυτό το παράθυρο την έσπρωξαν. Το τι απέγινε? Έφεγε καλό κλωτσίδι.
It all started here.
Από ποιον όμως?
9mm. The body indicates the shooter fired from a different location than Blagojevich.
Α, αυτός ο τυπάς.
Appeared suddenly and started shooting everywhere. She didn't have time to react.
Έφαγε τόσο knockback από τις σφαίρες. Μπράβο.
Already know a lot about you. Your friend will tell me the rest.
Να δούμε ποια είναι και αυτή.
This deep. Where did you crawl from? Everyone sprinkles lies over their breakfast. What's the difference?
That's all that's left in the world. The rest signed off long ago. Don't you see it?
Watch your friend's performance from here. First, he shot Billy out of the window. He hunted down her friend.
Αυτός τύπας τι είμαι έχει.
Okay. So, Saoirse Ronan, the person most responsible for how shitty movies have gotten. She couldn't even leave the cop movies alone. Fucking Ronan.
You don't like censorship?
I don't like seeing my favorite characters neutered. Wait. Billy has an identical one? Damn.
What?
They have the same tattoo. Only two halves. The same. Bullets and glass fly everywhere, and she tries to crawl. She was fierce.
Αυτό το μεσαίο πώς έσχασε τελικά. Τέλος πάντων, δεν ξέρω. Δεν αμάσαμε.
Strength and determination. I'm left with a rotten memory that trails like cigarette smoke.
Παίζουν δύο άλλοι σούτια, αυτή κάνει ακόμα κρόλ.
It's hard to believe that someone without a heart could... Or maybe this Billy really owed her everything, and they lied to each other. Another wound. I'll try to recreate the trajectory.
Και έφαγε κι άλλη σφαίρα μετά κάτω. Οπα.
The killer was standing right above her.
Killed her out of pity.
It's personal. Are you a frustrated artist? I need to look for other clues.
Οπα, τι έχουμε εδώ.
Let's see where you take me. Another. This must be a dead end. These run deeper.
Γιατί έχει καλώδιο μες στο άγαλμα. Παθαίνουμε και φρίκες.
Fuck. Not now. It's so close.
Κοίτα. Α, ναι. Ναι. Κατεβαίνει κάτω και τώρα είναι πάνω το πιάνο. Αλλά εδώ κάτω...
So, Mount Olympus comes with a pocket Hades. A frozen hell where people pay the price for the gods' eternal hangover.
Does it look familiar?
Like documents from the CTC, but the certificate is missing.
Δεν βλέπουμε τίποτα. Και ήρθαμε στον υπόκοσμο.
The youngest bodies possible. No certificates. I recognize this body. It should belong to an actor with his throat slit.
Οκ, έχουν συμβαρημένα bodies όσο πιο νέα γίνεται. Για να δούμε ποιος είναι.
Right in this one? Age 21. There's some unknown kid.
The former owner of the stabbed body.
They're all at the first subscription age. If they didn't pay it, they could lose their bodies. But Icarites, why isn't anyone looking for them?
Orphanages. That's why Green and Coven funded them so generously. Only until they turned 21, of course.
Motherfuckers.
Οκ. Χρησιμοποιούσαν τα ορφανοτροφία για να έχουν σώματα στα 21.
All those innocent souls.
Where are their Icarites?
You already know that. The actor was hung up on them.
Motherfuckers. Fucking Icarite transmitter.
You want to try it out?
Fuck you. I'm not like them.
Αυτό είναι το γάντι του Green.
He was on the table at Green's. He was here.
Για να ανοίξουμε το μηχάνημα.
Recordings for blackmail.
No matter how much evil was around, Green would still grab them by the balls.
Better focus on you. You have your 5 fucking minutes of fame.
I warn you that I may disappoint you.
Wait, what? This is Green. Senator. Attacking his back. He's the one killing them all. It doesn't make sense.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Did you force him to do it? How the fuck did you do that? What did you have on him?
That's your job. I don't want to get overly involved. I'm not your cheap little slum secretary, Sara Κάι.
What? How the fuck did you get her full name?
Did you think you're the only one I spend time with?
Sarah? You there? Fuck. I've restored the power. That should work. If you do anything to her, I'll find you and take you apart piece by piece.
Don't keep me waiting.
Άρα αυτή ευθυνόταν για τα τέτοια. Και ναι, εφόσον αυτό ήταν κάτω από το tower, αυτή μάλλον τον έβαλε να πάει να κρεμαστεί. Πάμε πάνω. Να βγούμε.
I'm just wondering.
Φώτα.
Since you saw what Green's guests were capable of, will you trap their souls in rotting bodies?
Fuck you.
Or will you let them return to Olympus like nothing happened?
What did you do to her?
Κάτσε να μην φάμε κανένα jumpscare. Μπορώ να ανοίξει το flashlight.
You can punish them.
Το ποιος
I will
άνοιξε.
find you.
Do you think anyone will find them here?
If I shut them in here,
Yes.
and the victims,
Maybe they want revenge.
what kind of sick game is this?
Or leave the door open. Your friends will find everything, and it'll blow over in a week.
Ας κλείσουμε. Ωραία.
The silence in my earpiece was even more overwhelming than my own stupidity. When I was gallivanting in hell, the murderer emerged from there to get Sarah. How could I let myself be tricked like this?
Ναι. Για πήγαινε το αμάξι, παιδιά. Εντάξει. Τρέχουμε τώρα. Statue of Liberty.
I knew more or less where she lived, but not how she lived. I would say below poverty line, if not for the fact that I've crossed the poverty line 100 levels up. Somehow I have to find her. Not even have a bar here. Focus, James. Sarah needs electricity. Lots of it. These converters look new. Let's see.
Μισός έξω από την πόρτα και τη γάμο, μια χαρά.
Cables for sure won't lead me to her. These cables come out of the converter. Sarah, where are you?
Φαβέλα Νέα Υόρκης. Ο κόσμος.
Electric current powers up the antenna. Must be operational. Sarah needs to communicate somehow. I need to get a closer look.
Πάμε. Έμπα. Μας κλέψει κανείς τα αμάξια, δεν το αφήσαμε.
Down in the dirt. At least she stayed right here with her people. No one else did. The cable draws the most of it.
Οπ, έλα εδώ θα μένει. Πώς θα τις... Α, οκ. Κλωτσίδι. Τόσο απλά.
The murderer wanted to pull me into a maze, get me drunk with fear. But I had nothing to lose, and had been drunk already for a week. What is this place?
Άμα τα γραφικά έχει το game. Άμα δεν είχα και FSR 3. Μπράβο, και λειτουργεί. Μάνεκιν. Α, έχω φακό τώρα, ευτυχώς. Τι είναι ρε παιδιά? Τραπ. Μας ενοχλεί το φως. Πάλι δεν έχουμε. Δεν κουνήθηκες εσύ τίποτα? Εντάξει. Για να δούμε. Τώρα τι θέλει να μας τρομάξει? Αμάν. Θα πάμε πρώτα κάτω. Α, δεν έχει τίποτα. Κομμάτια κούκλων. Τι λέει? Σάρα λέει. Όλα καλά εδώ, δεν κουνιόμαστε τίποτα. Live λέει. Δοτημένο φάντασμα. Όχι flashbang, φω. Να σου λέω. Πώς περπατάει. Καλά, άκουσε και πιο πριν βήματα. Ούτε. Α, με σούτι, τι έγινε?
Funny. You're the one bleeding.
How did you find her?
Drop your weapon and I'll let you live.
You gotta be kidding. Where is she? Talk!
Drop your weapon and get out. I'm counting to 3. 1.
Let's settle this one-on-one!
Δεν πυροβόλησε, ήθελα να δω τι θα γίνει. Χάσαμε. Μάλλον έπρεπε να πυροβολήσω.
James, can you hear me?
What the fuck?
Okay. Cool it now. It's me, Sarah. We're good. Just relax.
Ευτυχώς δεν πυροβόλησα.
Sarah, you look like shit.
Yeah, back at ya. You're goddamn lucky I missed. I thought some junkie broke into my house.
Οκ. Δεν την περίμενα με έτσι τη Σάρα. Μας έκανε ηλεκτροκόλληση στις σφαίρες.
I'm almost finished stitching you up.
Could you almost finish faster?
How'd you find me?
You know I'm a detective, right?
I didn't think anyone would bother trying to find me.
Ow, 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 ow.
Stay still. Why did you come here?
When we lost contact, I thought he got you.
That's why you busted in here like a psycho on a hunch?
A little more than a hunch.
Meaning?
I have some questions too. One, actually. You should be in your first shell. The comfortable and efficient one. What the hell have you gotten yourself into? And you're smoking too. Someone's fallen into bad company.
His body must have been through half a century of addiction. It'll drop dead before I get used to it.
You're in your 30s, right?
29.
My bad.
My family thinks I'm away. I got the best synthesizer, remote work equipment. I didn't have to explain myself to anyone. And then fucking Джеймс Карá had to waltz in here and ruin everything.
I'm good at that. So what have you gotten yourself into?
It's a long story and complicated.
Good thing I'm a professional at complicated stories. Talk.
I didn't want to, but I had no choice. I did something sketchy, but otherwise...
It's all right. You can trust me.
Okay.
Πιστέψουμε.
I rented my body on the black market.
You, the body department liaison.
Oh, look who's holier than fuck.
Παλιό μουσείο.
What fucking emotions management issues?
Τύψια συνεργασία με εμάς έχει να μην αναφέρει τη γυναίκα, να μην μας αποσπάει την προσοχή, να μπιζάρουμε αλκοόλ. Οκ, να είναι καλά. Τι έχουμε κουζίνα.
Acid rains ravaging our planet will not cause the extinction of the flora. The new project involves collecting bulbs and seeds and temporarily creating holographic facsimiles of all plants. The real, most exquisite specimens of flora will still be on display in the roof sections of the living museums.
Museum guide. Εδώ τι έχουμε, pantry, supplies. Ένα κοτόπουλο. Εδώ είμαστε στο main, έχουμε και φουρνάκι. Έχει και αυτή investigation board. Εδώ τι έχουμε στο PC, οθόνες, department of mortality, department of mortality, κάμερες. Εδώ αριστερά τι έχουμε, πολλά φώτα και άλλο κοτόπουλο. Κοτόπουλο, κόκορας της κατά είναι. Μάλλον κόκορας.
2042 living museums. In response to the continuing needs of the populace, the government has taken steps to save our planet's natural heritage. Selected rural nature parks will become living museums. They will become a refuge for all endangered species of fauna and flora.
Μάλλον δεν είναι έτσι όπως τα λέει.
Bioresurrection. Scientists have painstakingly developed the formula of plant nutrients, which can resurrect any plant, even with the smallest amount of sunlight. Soon, living museums will bloom.
Citizens, I assure you we care about the environment as much as we care about the development and availability of Icarite technology. And so, as your president, I promise you this. On Mother Earth Day, April 22nd, 2088, we will reconstruct every plant down to the smallest and make cities bloom again. Not out of town, not in museums, right here on Liberty Island.
Και πάραμε κατά λάθος, δεν πειράζει. Πάμε εδώ στη Σάρα.
What are these figurines?
They're memories. I've read that after an Icarite transplant, especially an illegal one, some can be lost. That one's the most valuable.
Καραγκιόζης.
When the acid rain was bad, Taylor and I hid upstairs, where you came in. Back then, it was just a 2 by 3 foot hole that ended in a wall of rubble. Instead of sitting in the cold with her teeth chattering like any normal person, Taylor started fiddling with the flashlight. And then something flashed in the pile of rubble, so we started digging. And we dug until we unearthed this little Statue of Liberty figurine. It was beaten up, but valuable. And we fenced it right away. And we came back here hoping to find more.
Who's Taylor?
The greatest treasure in this stuff. We found out there used to be a museum here. So we dug more. Day after day, till our hands were bloody. We kept digging for normal people. The portrait of misery, desperation, but for Taylor, we were adventurers on a fucking treasure hunt. We glued, fixed, and sold everything we found. Would you believe we excavated this whole place like a pair of underage slum archaeologists?
Must have taken a while.
Almost 5 years, but it was our livelihood. We were dirt poor, surrounded by dirt, but we felt rich. At least until Taylor tricked me. 8 years ago, give or take a few days.
Sister?
No. We were in love. I remember exactly when she tricked me, because it was when I turned 21. First subscription. And Taylor paid for it for me. She did it behind my fucking back. After a month, her subscription expired. And we were broke. And there was no one to help. She wound up in the bank. And the body went to auction. And that's why I have to get her out. No matter what it takes. You get it now?
No, man.
Damn it. Got any ambrosia anywhere? Anything higher octane?
I'll pour us something. Or you can also help yourself to ambrosia in the bedroom.
Βεβαίως. Μας κλειδώσει εδώ μέσα. Synchronization, the key to happiness. Με βιβλίο της Τζέιμς Άλμα.
Blood tests from the beginning of the month.
Taylor Adams, αυτή που έλεγε. Τι έχουμε guest room. Ένα popcat, forklift. Ωραίο. Max Dario Peter. Αυτοί έμεναν εδώ μάλλον.
I remember it. This is older than me.
Το κοντόπουλο που βλέπουμε στους τοίχους. Μάλλον κάποιο παιδικό. Αμπροσία. Τρία τέτοια έχει. Να πάρουμε άλλο ένα. Να έχουμε.
James, Aren't you afraid your memories will eventually fade away?
I don't dwell on that.
Δεν το σκέφτομαι.
I've had plenty on my mind.
Right.
This one room, the bedroom, is totally secure.
It's a slum, but I gotta be able to close my eyes sometimes. It's possible to break in there with enough effort, but I'd have time to be awake and ready.
And shoot the shelf above the burglar?
I'd have time to reload and finish the piece of shit.
In the middle of the room was a bunch of files with names.
Can't you respect anyone else's privacy? I said none of the siblings knew. If something went wrong, I prepared myself for it.
But what's one have to do with the other?
I sorted things out for them and left a will that made it clear I believed Taylor and I would be in heaven at the bank.
Looks like you covered all the bases. Nice work.
Thanks. I try.
Have you read Chicken of Justice?
There is no way you know this.
The last of his kind. He could give up, but he fights for a better world for the rest of us. A true hero.
Oh, I don't believe it. My brother Dario was crazy about him.
I already like this kid. The chicken is only one step away from detective stories. I hope this isn't a tough question. Sarah, how are Max, Dario, and Peter now?
I wasn't talking...
I saw the name on the cabinets. Did they...
Don't worry, they're all alive and doing pretty well. They rented a legal apartment, floor 40. They have better air than here. Bodies wear out slower.
So how did a slum girl get this job?
Maybe you got yours. I had to work for it.
I had a bit of a head start thanks to my sports career, but it didn't come out of nowhere either. From a previous life. I earned it.
You must have had a hard time.
Did our department come for Taylor?
Yes.
So why...
Did I join you? Maybe I wanted to take control? Of some sort. I decided I was never going to be powerless like that again. I'm just a liaison, but I already know when and where they move.
Do you know who it was? Which one of us came for Taylor?
It was hard to resist the temptation to check it out.
Want to get some revenge?
He was so ordinary. A regular agent. To really get justice, I'd have to get revenge on this whole sick fucking system.
Then how about we get revenge on this whole sick fucking system?
Like that's possible.
What if it was?
Wait, what kind of bullshit is that? Are you accusing me of something?
Just curious. What are we drinking to?
Well, you're the expert. Sit down and make a toast.
Για να κάτσουμε.
Bottoms up.
Στην ειλικρίνεια.
I think we're gonna need it.
Okay.
What are you renting the body for?
Surrogate. For some rich broad. A good one, I hope.
Sarah, please tell me it's not Jane Salma. I found her file.
Calm down. I checked her. I got to her. She had a similar case before, and they couldn't prove anything, even with plenty of evidence.
Damn it.
The arrangement came from me. She had the dough, I had the body with the right biological conditions, plus I could cover for her. That's why I know she's not a suspect.
Okay. I'll trust you. At least I'll try.
Much appreciated.
All right. So you rented your body. Where did you get this one? The current model.
Solma said it was recycled. Give one to me.
recycled body? After what I've seen, that's hard to swallow. They must have put someone on ice for you to get it.
No. Somebody bought a new body, and no one wanted this one.
We can scan the shell and check.
There's no need, really. Let's not.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? You need to see the big picture of what you've gotten yourself into.
James, I have nightmares. Every single fucking night. I see her in them.
Welcome to the club.
Every morning, I wake up from them and Taylor can't. And it haunts me. What if she's trapped there in an endless nightmare?
It's not sleep when you're in the bank. It's nothingness. You don't feel anything.
Like transferring in CTC? I remember what you said. You said you'd rather die than go to the bank.
But for different reasons, remember?
James, I have to save her. Fuck.
Τι κάνει, γιατί έξανε το δάχτυλο της και μάτως τον είχε.
You understand?
Εξεκολλήσει το αυτοκόλληνο. Και εγώ για τη Ρέιτσελ το ίδιο θα έκανα, ας πούμε.
Sometimes you have to cross the line. And if you do it, at least make it for someone you love.
Well, I don't know if that's what I want.
Do you know what I'd give to see Rachel again? Fucking anything.
Thanks for being straight with me.
Dress your finger.
I can handle it.
Sarah, we need to start investigating.
Just a minute. Not so fast. One more question. A basic one.
Yeah,
Why don't you tell me why you stormed in here like a lunatic?
I told you. I thought you were in danger.
Based on what? Did something happen when we lost contact?
Can you fire up the board here?
No.
We'll do it the old way then. In the meantime, I'll summarize the Red Room for you.
The Red Room?
It's a piece of fucked up history. Better buckle up.
I can't believe all this evidence. You were right from the start.
Seriously? What surprises you most?
That's not what I meant. But the murderer was behind everything from the beginning. Did he take over his body?
Strong assumption. We better go one step at a time.
Now? You're going to get skeptical now?
I just want to sort it out.
Okay. Where do we start? James, I managed to get what was in Green's safe. There were recordings of his synchro tests and a ton of private notes. It's pretty unusual.
Upload. His own transfer machine. I can't even get my shit together after 3.
This explains his problems. They were his own doing.
How do you deal with that kind of desynchro?
And how do you deal with it?
I don't know if I'm the best example.
Both died on dates shown on the symbols.
The problem is that Green's date of death was carved long ago.
Είχε προβλήματα με το μυαλό του.
How did you describe it? That you're losing control of yourself? It's a kind of consciousness erosion. We'll increase the dose of ambrosia and the amount of synchro tests. It should help.
I need something better.
We don't have anything else yet. I'm working on it.
It's one big joke. Selma sounds familiar, don't you think?
Shit, I thought she was gonna get herself a synthesizer. If synchro tests have a positive effect, then maybe there is something that does the opposite. Lots of familiar faces, but compared to Green, they're small fry.
It's their mouth that spits out lies that millions eat up.
Αυτοί τον έκαναν influence, όχι, δεν τον έκαναν αυτοί.
I still don't get that part of the story. When I think that they really used the...
Αυτή από το Ικάρους να
Oh,
κάνω
haven't heard
φλάνς.
that before.
Όχι.
Good to know you still have feelings for them. I'm
Αυτή
getting
τον
used to the
έκαναν
big
influence.
names of the corpses at our feet. What are they doing there? Apart from the obvious.
Together, they worked on how to calm the riots, how to use the Fourth Estate. Who knows if they would have failed.
Dickheads. Why didn't we have access to these recordings?
They were in the Red Room.
I'll try to get to them. There may be no evidence that they made a transfer of consciousness at the time of the incident, but his behavior...
I know, it's damn suspicious. Let's just put it together piece by piece.
If synchro tests have a positive effect, then maybe there is something that does the opposite. I learned this was the plan for the next 100 years. Numerous attempts to save what we have in this system.
And our system isn't perfect? At least for them.
It turns out not to be the case. Apparently, every prediction ended in disaster. Okay, let's assume that this was his motive. What's next? You're telling me these are the only people who can deal with the chaos in this city?
Am I? No. But I think that's what Green is trying to tell us.
Do you buy it?
Well, this motherfucker knew corruption and power like no one else. Okay, whether it was Green's will or someone else was pulling the strings, why did Green have to die?
I see at least three possibilities.
Can you be more specific, Miss Detective?
I'm throwing them in.
Για ρίξτες. Γιατί έπρεπε να πεθάνει ο Green.
Since the most influential players are more or less dead, their seats are up for grabs. More than 300 years of accumulated power and plotting.
No one else could bear it.
Following this lead, Green didn't have to be the only one like that. Once the king is knocked down, the game's usually over.
Someone's getting better at game metaphors.
The whole thing may simply have been about tearing the city apart. Green was the last person who could stop the spreading chaos.
I wonder if his death was a crime of passion, or if it was planned.
Να κάνουμε ένα conclude να δούμε τι παίζει.
How much planning does it take to set up something like that?
I don't know, but we need to figure out who's pulling the strings in all of this.
And you? Why'd you become a cop?
Oh, please, it's not worth going into. Okay, let's try to draw some conclusions.
Honestly, I see two main possibilities. Or we're just seeing a small part of a bigger plan by someone who's always 2 steps ahead of us. Or Green's plan played out with Kovalev's help.
Mm-hmm. How do you figure?
Fuck, I don't know. He has access to some advanced tech. He managed to make contact with you in the Red Room. He knew everything that happened. Like he was in Green's head. I thought Green just committed suicide, but now I'm having a tough time buying that. Sorry, I've got a lot of thoughts. What do you think? Who's behind all this? Murderer or Green?
The more important the decision, the less certain, huh?
We're out of time for mistakes.
Ο murderer.
So murderer. Green's death wouldn't make sense. He must have been influencing for a long time until he finally got him to shoot the other deviants. Damn influential deviants. He took another harvest on Icarus.
And if he's aiming to paralyze the city, to create chaos, so what's his next step?
The motherfucker leaves no trace. The trail's cold.
Why haven't we heard of him before? He's a pro, after all.
Criminals are still in their learning curve when they do their first crimes. They leave more traces behind.
I'll check similar poisoning cases in recent years.
No, poison may have been removed from reports. Check the final death.
Oh, I think I have something. 2 weeks. No. Shit. I was wrong. Forget it.
Sarah, rewind.
No, you can't touch your own case, or reconstruct it, or explain it. You can't defend yourself.
I'm the only one who can.
Oh, the fucking savior of the world. Can't you let go just this once?
You know the answer.
Damn you. Hang on.
I have to... What's this?
A new earpiece. This one shouldn't be so easy to spot.
Ah, thanks.
Πάλι στο νησί. Προχωρώ λίγο πιο γρήγορα. Δεν είμαστε βαθιά. Άντε πάλι καταιγίδα τώρα. Έλα τώρα μας πιο κοντά φτάνουμε. Όχι, πάλι μας έδεσαν. Πάμε. Έλα, άλλα 20 βήματα. Φώναξε. Όχι. Δεν πειράζει. Την επόμενη φορά τα καταφέρουμε. Δεν μας ξαναφέρει στο νησί.
Looking in the mirror at yourself, sometimes the scariest thing imaginable. But it was time to face myself on my own, without dragging anyone else down.
Right in the city are drawing near to Green's farewell location, Central Park. Everyone in the area is asked to leave the area for their own safety and security, according to the police.
Dude, are you there? Hello? This guy looks shady. He's connected. Oh, this guy's... Wait for me. We'll get it sorted together.
Seth?
Who else, genius? The voice of your conscience?
I have one of those.
Don't go. This is no ordinary schmuck who slings packages in the street. I just entered the initials and Hestia asked, am I satisfied with my work? They're calling from the top about it. This will end worse than usual.
I'll lean on him and get something. I'll find out what happened.
Fine. But what if you don't?
I will. Whatever it takes.
You can't cover your ass if you do this. James!
We just received word of gunshots in Central Park. The crowd is panicking.
Πάρουμε το πιστόλι. Α, όχι, απλά θα το δούμε.
Truth is said to heal. The problem with this statement is that there are only two kinds of medicine that work. Those with an awful taste and narcotics.